What is up, YouTube? I hope you're having a great day, just as I am. And as you can see, I am super excited today, but for a good reason. Today is a push day, which means I get to train my shoulders and chest, which are arguably the most fun body parts to train. I mean, the arms are way up there, but I would say chest and shoulders are the best, right? So yes, today's gonna be a shoulder focused push day. So I train every single body part twice a week. In one push day, I emphasize a lot on my chest, and by a lot, I mean I do 2 exercises. I don't do more than 2 exercises for the chest in any session. I think that is way more than enough to stimulate growth. But in this specific one, because I'm emphasizing more on the shoulders, especially the rear delts and the triceps and the side delts. Now, I normally don't train the front delts that much because from all the pressing movements for your chest, they get enough stimulus. So I think that you don't need to train them that often unless you're super big, you're in gear. So that's the thing. Today, I'll only be doing one exercise for the chest. I have my iPod with me. We're gonna go with the same format from the previous video. I'll be writing it and screen recording the whole thing, but I will only be doing one chest exercise this session because I feel like that's enough to stimulate growth. If you have the same amount of muscle as I do, if you're a natural bodybuilder, but if you're enhanced, I mean, you have better recovery in general. So you can get away with a lot more volume, and you need that extra volume because you already have a lot of muscle and you want to add more muscle. I would recommend having a reasonable amount of volume for each body part. And for the chest, only 2 exercises maximum. But today I'll only be doing one exercise, and I think that's more than enough to help my chest grow, and it's going to be a fly. And then I'll be having some overhead pressing for the shoulders, rear delts, side delts, as well as triceps. But today's going to be super fun. So let me get into actually start recording the screen on my iPad. And it's important to stay hydrated. So today, as I said, I would like to start my training with training rear delts. Again, just like in my last video where I was training my back, I trained my rear delts. So today I'll be training the rear delts as well. And in my next back day, I'll be training the rear delts. And in the second back day, much later in the day, in the week, I'll be training the rear delts as well. So 3 times per week, but it's such a small muscle and it recovers very fast, relatively fast, much faster than my legs or back or chest. So I can get away with training it that often, then it results in better hypertrophy and more muscle growth. So if you're having a body part that's lagging behind, that's the frequency with which you should be training that body part. So for me, it's the rear delts. So today I'll be going with the reverse flies for sure. I love that exercise. Reverse flies on the pec fly machine, absolutely amazing. And for this one, I'm going with 3 working sets for the reverse flies. And then I would like to train my chest quite early in the workout so that I have a lot of strength. By this time, my shoulders are warmed up. I have a warm-up routine, and I've shared that on my TikTok and Instagram. So if you're curious to know how I would warm up my shoulders, because I had a lot of injuries over the years, especially from all the pressing, shoulder pain, imbalances between left and right shoulders. So the way I managed to fix that was through working on my rotator cuffs and external rotation. So if you want to know more about it, If you want me to make a long form video on YouTube, let me know in the comment section below, or you can always go to my Instagram, or even in my shorts on YouTube, you may be able to find it. So I would like to, after this exercise, train chest. So I'll go with low to high flies. And I'll demonstrate how I perform this exercise. It's going to target the entire chest, but it focuses, when you go low to high and you try to angle your arm so that it's in the direction of the fibers of your upper chest fibers, it's going to target your upper chest a little bit better when you have this motion from low to high. So I usually focus, if I have one exercise for chest in a training session, it's always going to be emphasizing more on the upper chest area because I'm not lacking the lower part. But it as well targets the whole chest. It's going to make the whole chest grow. Just I know it from the squeeze. And then for the third exercise, I'm going with some overhead pressing. There are amazing overhead press machines available in the gym that I go to, and I've been wanting to give them a try. So that's going to be the third exercise, which is going to be an overhead press for about 2 sets. So I'm not spending so much time here. Then we go to a super fun exercise, and that is the side ladder raises with a machine that I've never seen in any other gym that I've trained before. That's an amazing machine. It's so much better than the dumbbells, even better than the cables, in my opinion, because I can just go all the way up and it's just more natural. It's more convenient, more natural, less risk of injury when I'm using that machine. So we go with side ladder raises. And now at this point, I want to train my triceps, even though it is like a strong body part for me. It's definitely not a weak body part. I think it's probably, I was genetically blessed with a good tricep, with a good set of triceps, so I'll take that. So we're going with triceps push down, basically. Just gonna write push down. And we're going with 3 sets of push down. And at this point, I do want to do more volume for the rear delts. So I'm going with bent over reverse flies with the dumbbells. So I just write DB, bent over reverse flies. It's a mouthful name. And we're only doing 2 sets for this guy. And that's pretty much it. This is the workout for today. Shoulders, triceps, and chest. And yeah, I'm super excited. Can't wait to get into the gym. But before that, I have to cook. I've already had my breakfast, then I have to cook and have my lunch. Do some video editing, get a few things done, and then I'm allowed to go to gym. So see you later in the gym.